I want to ask you, Mayor, a little bit about Bob Quirk, what you remember about him, and how far does that go back for you?
Well, it goes all the way back to childhood, actually, as early as I can remember. Bob Quirk was my neighbor, and I lived on Madison Avenue. He lived on Van Buren, so he lived right behind me. And he started out on city council, and I was quite young, and then when he became mayor, I started to follow the local politics very closely. In fact, I started to read the local Falls paper, which is Falls News Press now. It was called the City Press back then.
Okay.
And I used to read it cover to cover to always see what was going on with local government and the mayor. In fact, that was my claim to fame, is I knew the mayor. So I really thought that was neat growing up.
And so that inspired you, is that right?
It did. I always had an interest. And then, as you know, when there was an opening on city council, the previous council person was choosing not to run. Mr. Velo was my teacher at Roberts, and I ran for his seat when he did not longer run, and did 6 terms on city council, and then I ran for mayor and was successful. So knowing Mayor Quirk as I grew up, it's just an honor to be in the same position and possibly the same seat that he sat in.
Yeah, that's neat.
Just a good, no-nonsense guy. I knew his family, knew all his family quite well. And he was a good mayor, very successful. A lot of things were happening at the time. There was the energy crisis and the gas rationing. A lot of those things were a struggle. And I think he pulled us through it quite well. Actually, he came to the high school a few times. I heard him speak. I know one time when I was a senior, he came to the auditorium and gave a little speech, and I still remember some of the things that he said to this day.
Oh, that's neat. Talked about saving energy.
He did, actually. Once we became in the co-op, we're a public power community, he realized that they could pay our electric usage bill on the very last day, and with the time value of money, saved the city quite a bit instead of paying on the very first day, which we often do when we get a bill. It's actually beneficial for the city to pay the bill at the last minute.
Yeah.
And I do remember that. We still do that. To run. And I believe he had higher aspirations, and then reading some of the history kind of changed his mind. He was going to run for Congress, actually, United States Congress, and then withdrew from that race as well. And I think at that point he was pretty much done.
Yeah, and so when he moved, did he get out of politics before he moved to Florida?
I believe so. He was done at the time. So he did his 12 years as mayor, and that's 3 terms. Actually, I did 12 years on city council, which is just about right for me.
Yeah. You were ready to move up.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's neat. Okay, good.